everyone, how are you guys doing? This is D Soul A3, Dark Soul Assassin 3, and today we're going to be talking about something that I wanted to talk about for a very long time. I don't know why I haven't gotten into it. Didn't want it to be my first video I ever made on here because, well, whatever, I should have done anyway. That's me being procrastinating, I guess. Anyway, we're going to be talking about an anime. No, we're going to be talking about a series called Kagerou Project. Now, Kagerou Project is a project that started out as a Vocaloid song series created by Tenseki no P, or Jin as his nickname. Is sung by at first Miku for like a little while, like 2 or 3 songs, I think. Yeah, and then for the rest of the songs, it was sung by IA. Yes, IA. He's awesome. And then after it became a song series, it then became a light novel, I guess you should say. And then it became a manga, which is still ongoing. And then it became an anime as its recent iteration, I guess you could say. Yeah, at its final thing. It's now not final, I guess. I hope not final, but yeah, it is now an anime, which is finished. I've already been finished the anime. I've been having these songs for a while. I'm currently reading novels, and I am on point with the manga. This series is like, okay, no, talk about it afterwards. Personal opinions after I do this. Okay, now what Kagerou City Actors. I'm going to use Kagerou City Actors, the anime, because I know majority of people who's going to watch this video are going to say old school, watch the anime first. Now, it started out with, basically this is started out with a Medusa, witch type character, and, she, first started off she was in the world of the humans, and everything was fine until people knew what she was, that she was like a monster, a Medusa witch, and things like that. And she went on and just started to hide. She went on and hid in a forest, and then a boy found her, and after she grew up, they went on to live together, and they had a child. And all of a sudden, one day after they had that child, their home was attacked, and no one really died except for her, basically living to protect her children. And after she died, quotation marks, after she died, yeah, she went on and met the snake, and it asked for her it asked her what does she wish for, and they didn't reveal what she wanted to wish for, but afterwards, I'd say hundreds of years later, we were now have with these groups of characters, cast of characters right here, with all types of powers that she once had, split into these characters that you just saw. Yeah. But in terms of just what she used was the power of her own snakes, because, like Medusa, she couldn't only turn people into stone. She had many other types of powers, but I won't get into those, not in depth really. But yeah, she has a whole bunch of more powers than just turning people into stone. If you look at her directly in her eyes, more than that. Even though that was, yes, her dominant powers. Anyway, it was split between those characters, and it was like in a few others with their relatives amongst them as well. And yeah, that's pretty much how the prologue, quote unquote, of that started. And hundreds of years later, you now meet this guy who is basically a NEET, doesn't really go outside at all, really, and then he met this cybernetic being in cyberspace, and that's basically how this thing started with these two. That's how the story begins with those two. It doesn't start with the witch. Medusa. Yes, just Medusa like being, not a witch. A Medusa like being. She is. That wasn't really how the anime itself started. That is just how like things like came to be, because that's what I think they should have done first. Explain that first, and then say all these other types of characters are with their eye powers. Sure, there's a mystery about how they got their eye powers, but if you watch the anime and like if you're not a fan, just go in there blindly. You probably won't like it if you're not into comedy, because it's mainly that until like, excuse me, the last like 5 episodes. Well, and every episode is both hilarious and serious at the same time. Let's put it that way. The best way I can describe that is Soul Eater, because that's why I like it so much. It combines those at the same time, and it just blends in. But with this one, it is split, not blended. It's split, I guess. But all the blahs, all the blah 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 blah. Really, yeah, that is pretty much it. If I go in any deeper, I'll probably do like a huge spoiler, because like I said, what I just said wasn't really the beginning. It was like you find out later on about how they got their eye powers and stuff. But I think that is what really they should have started it off with. Not just go into this random character, because the character that you meet in the beginning, the guy who's a neat, he's not exactly the main character in this anime. Well, in the series in general, it's there's really no main character if you think about it. There's no main character. It's just like who it's focused more on, because like everyone in here plays an equally good chunk of what it really is. It's basically like a supernatural type thing, kind of sort of mystery. Supernatural / psychological in a way. It's psychological because of what the characters do. The main thing, the powers that they have deals with the mind, really, if you think about it. The powers that are in there is turning people into stone. That's what one character has. If you look straight at him, well, smaller down, the character that has that power now can only like paralyze someone for a certain amount of time. She hasn't really fully awakened to her powers yet, but yeah, you have that, and you have another guy that can see through objects, not like X-ray vision, but more like if you look into a wall and then use that eye power, you'll see what's through that wall, not within that wall, obviously. But I mean like that's really like what you can do. You can look through, see through other things. Another power is gathering people around you. This one character has a power to when she uses it, she can make people like come to you. Like say that there's no one around you. You use the eye power, one person sees you, everyone else will, and they like be attracted to you, like they like you for no apparent reason. They just do, only because of your eye power. Someone else has the power to turn invisible and everyone around that person invisible, if she so chooses. Yes. And the last one, that I'll give an example for. There's plenty more powers, but the last one that I'll give that's really interesting is this one guy who can manipulate what you see. Like for example, you see a pillow. He can make the pillow look like, I don't know, a giant fish. That's a stupid example, but yeah, he can make it appear as if it's not there. Yeah, I mean, you won't know it's there, but he'll know it's there. It's like he can like manipulate with what you can see and things. He can shape himself. Actually, again, you'll see what's going on. If it's directly towards certain people that he so chooses, then yeah, they will see what isn't there. But in the end, he will only know what's really there, and everyone else that doesn't. Yeah, those are some good examples of what types of eye power that is in the anime. But now this didn't start off as an anime. Did I explain this already?